Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I've come to discuss with you video games, and specifically video game genres. See, ever since I was a kid, I always had a very specific genre that I always stuck to no matter what really kind of game that I wanted to play. And it really shows in some of my more frequent playing of video games. You know what I mean. When it comes to video game genres, really, there's one that always stuck with me, and that right there is what we call zombies. Kind of built off of the Call of Duty genre, not genre, video game that, I mean, come on, they release every year. If you haven't heard of it, you live under a rock. I'm sorry. But in the more early games, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, I mean, they put a zombies in every Black Ops game. And, they kind of got worse over the years. But, I mean, I love zombies. And I love VR. And you know what? Pavlov does zombies pretty well, surprisingly, despite not being a zombies game. No, I know. It's a multiplayer game, and I think they just kind of put the zombies in there just to kind of appeal to the more PvE kind of style, because, not everyone wants to play Trouble in Terrorist Town or Search and Destroy. However, I think that for just kind of like a quick pitch, I feel like there's a lot they could improve on that they might improve on later because, it's zombies and I love zombies and I'm sure there's at least one other person that does, right? Maybe, hopefully. Now, I mean, obviously, I'm a little new to the zombies VR stuff. I've gotten a little better over the few months of being able to play it, but, as a concept, it's still pretty new and I think some games do the more survival VR rather than zombies VR specifically. Kind of like, like the COD style that I've grown to know and love. Now, the real question is, what's a zombies game without, I don't know, the guns? I mean, let's be real, zombies is kind of known for Nuketown zombies. Nuketown's more of a, I don't care. Ray gun, right? We all know the ray gun, right? Pew pew, whatever. I mean, the Wonderwolf has been in the game for who knows how fucking long, right? And then we have, the more new stuff. Not Bioshock, the Buried one. The Ray Gun Mark II is in Buried. That's kind of where that came from. The Paralyzer was what it was called. And I mean, let's be honest, bro. The weapons in Pavlov Zombies are pretty good for the most part. Most of them are viable for, the entire game. And then some of them are just not viable for, crowd control in one wave. However, despite the wide range of usable and non-usable guns that there are at their disposal, I have personally played enough, recorded not enough, and my editing skills are not gonna want to, cut it all up and show you. So I'm just gonna do it anyway because I don't care what my brain says. Ooga booga monkey mode, let's get it to it. Now let's start with, the simple stuff, like the first weapon you get when you spawn in, the Beretta. The Beretta, honestly, is a very good starting weapon, and I think it's a great choice for, really any early wave. Now, the Desert Eagle is a very good weapon to pick up on the second wave due to its low capacity but high damage rule, taking only 2 body shots to, take down any zombie, and 1 headshot, which is really good if you can aim. So I'd say it's pretty good. But if you can't aim for headshots, then I recommend the Glock or the 5.7. And speaking of the Glock, it is a really good secondary weapon that, you get wave 2. It has a lot of capacity. The fire modes, single and burst, are really good. Burst modes are really good for close range. And just as a whole, I recommend using the Glock as well for, those who are learning. I don't have any 5.7 footage, but the 5.7 is on the same page as the Glock. Good for beginners, pretty much all the same stats. The only difference is the iron sights, really. Now that we've covered pretty much all the handguns, the next step is the tier 2 weapons. The weapons you normally get on wave 3 and 4, sometimes 5, which starts us with the Uzi. My personal favorite secondary due to its high capacity, high fire rate, and easy reload. I mean, you can two-hand the things, and they're honestly, the spread on them is really good. I honestly recommend keeping it as a secondary no matter what wave it is, because you can carry them on your hips. Another one of the tier 3 weapons is the Kar 98K. Not much to say, it's a bolt action 5 shots. It's pretty good, a 1 shot. I lack shotgun footage as well, but the shotgun holds 7 shots total and 1 shots to the chest and the head, so it's pretty good. The only issue is that it's not good for crowd control, because it's more of a, you shoot 7 guys and you reload 7 shots. It's a very one-use kind of deal. The UMP is another weapon you get in Tier 2 category. It's a SMG just like the FAMAS, however, in my personal opinion, the mag size is a little low and the fire rate is not very good considering the recoil that it comes with. However, it's a good option if you are only, with a pistol currently. Speaking of it, the FAMAS is another one of those Tier 2 weapons. It's another SMG that comes with, the UMP and the Uzi. However, unlike the Uzi, it's not that good considering the recoil fire rate ratio. The only good thing I can really name about it is that it has a mag release button. Two of the other SMGs, the MP5 and the PB Bison, also spawn sometimes on a rare occasion. Without lacking the Bison footage, it's pretty much like the MP5 with a slower fire rate and a higher mag capacity. They're both very good if, you can hit body shots. Now the Tier 3 weapons are where it gets a little interesting and a lot more fun to play the video game. Starting off with a classic, the AK-47 is definitely one of the better guns to use due to its tap fire ability and one-shot headshots. Typically spawning with the AK is the M4. It's got a mag release button. You can press the little button on the side to release the catch, and overall, better fire rate, a little less damage. My personal favorite weapon. Typically spawning around the normal AK is the AN-94. This one's very nice because it's pretty much an AK but better, but overall it's pretty much identical. And that's all the weapons that I normally get on a normal run. In another video I'll cover all the more special things or more late game weapons. Thank you for sticking around and watching my horrible editing, and expect something soon. Peace.